You felt the tension in the air, that strange mix of longing and fear. It's not yours alone. His soul is trembling, because for the first time, he's considering coming back. But this time, not as he was. The angels say, he's not looking for another chance at romance. He's searching for sanctuary. What broke him before wasn't love. It was the way love used to feel, demanding, fragile, unsafe. But something in you is different. Your presence doesn't ask, it invites. You don't chase, you hold space. And this is what's awakening him. He remembers moments with you in fragments, your voice like a quiet prayer, your eyes like an echo of home. Not everything made sense then. But now, he's beginning to see. You weren't another chapter. You were the rewrite. There's a hesitation in his steps. Not because he doubts you, but because he doubts if he's become enough to deserve peace. The angels are working to soften his heart, guiding him to see that love doesn't mean losing himself. You were not placed in his path to make him feel unworthy. You were sent to show him that real love is refuge. Let your light stay steady. Let your soul remain soft. Heaven is working through your silence, through your waiting. And as he stands at the edge of surrender, the divine is whispering to him what you've always known. Perfect love casts out fear. 1 John 4 verse 18. There's a war behind his silence, and it has nothing to do with you. The angels say, he pulls away not to hurt you, but because he's still running from the ghosts he never named. This love touches places in him that haven't been touched before. That's why it scares him. Not because it's wrong, but because it's real. He's been taught to wear masks, to survive by pretending he's fine. But around you, his armor cracks. He sees the reflection of who he could be, and it terrifies him. You make him feel seen. Not just admired, but truly known. And for a heart that has only felt safe in hiding, this is disorienting. So he hesitates. He avoids. He sends mixed signals. Not because he's cold, but because he's wounded. There were moments in his past that taught him love means losing parts of himself. That to be chosen, he must become smaller, quieter, less. But you don't ask him to shrink. You invite him to expand. And yet, that kind of freedom is foreign. He's still learning that being loved doesn't mean being erased. The angels urge, be patient with his process. Your calm is teaching him that he can choose love without abandoning himself. Your role was never to fix him, just to be a mirror, showing him that love can feel like safety, not sacrifice. You've given so much of your heart that sometimes, you forget it's yours. The angels whisper, your love is sacred. But even sacred things need shelter. This connection runs deep. You feel his wounds as if they were your own. You sense his pain before he speaks. But compassion is not martyrdom. You were never meant to bleed just to prove your worth. There's a softness in you, the kind that heals. But healing others must not come at the cost of abandoning yourself. He is on a path. A slow, sacred unraveling. And though your presence steadies him, it is not your responsibility to carry him. Your light is not a burden. It's a guide. But it must first illuminate your own path. The angels remind you, care for the one who always cares. Hold yourself like you hold him, gently, faithfully, without condition. Because when he pulls away, when he forgets the language of love, you still remain. You still pour. But who pours back into you? This season calls for return, not just his but yours. Return to your own heart. Return to the voice that says, you matter too. Let your love nourish, not exhaust. Let your tenderness flow inward first. Only then will he learn the rhythm of a love that is whole, because he'll see it lived through you. He doesn't avoid you because you're too much. He avoids you because you're the mirror. The angels reveal, your presence reflects parts of him he's buried for years, dreams abandoned, feelings suppressed, truths denied. And that reflection is not always easy to bear. You don't just light up a room. You illuminate the corners of his soul where he's hidden his deepest questions. Around you, he can no longer pretend. You see beyond his words. You feel the tremors he tries to silence. You love not just the man he shows, but the one he's afraid to be. And that disarms him. It's not rejection you're facing. It's resistance, the natural recoil of a soul confronted with its own becoming. The angels say, you didn't come to demand his truth. You came to awaken it. That's why he flinches. Not because he doesn't care, but because you stir something ancient in him, something aching to be healed. You've made him question everything he thought he knew about connection. It's easier to love someone who doesn't challenge your shadows. But you, beloved soul, are not easy. You are a sacred interruption. And he's beginning to see, the version of himself that only exists when he's near you is the truest one he's ever known. It began with silence. Then a memory. Then a wave of feeling he couldn't name. The angels say, the awakening is slow, but it has begun. He doesn't call it love yet, but he feels it in the shift of his breath when he hears your name. In the ache that lingers when he imagines a life without you in it. He's noticing things now. The absence of your voice feels louder than noise. The warmth of your presence follows him into rooms you've never been in. And though he may not tell you, he's starting to ask questions he never dared to ask. What if love didn't have to hurt? What if you are the safest thing he's ever known? This is not a dramatic moment of confession. It's subtler, sacred, a slow blooming. The angels show him flashes, the way your eyes soften, the way your energy embraces him without conditions. These glimpses unravel him. And in that unraveling, something holy stirs. The fear is still there, yes. But alongside it, a hunger. A longing not just for you, but for the man he could become in your presence. You've planted a seed. And now in the quiet, he feels it growing. Let it grow. Let it rise. He is remembering who he is, through you. He comes close, then pulls away. Just when you start to trust, he retreats. Again. The angels say, this rhythm is not rejection. It's reflection. He moves in cycles because his healing comes in waves. His soul remembers you as a place of safety, but his fear remembers love as pain. So he runs, then aches, then returns. You wonder if it's you. If something you did pushed him away. But listen closely, his silence speaks more about his struggle than your value. Each time he comes back, he's a little more open, a little more aware. But the pull of the past still tugs at his ankles. He's terrified of repeating what broke him. But with you, the story is being rewritten. The angels whisper, you are not caught in his chaos. You are the stillness he circles back to. Yes, it's exhausting. Yes, it hurts. But this is a man learning to walk barefoot through the ruins of his own walls. He doesn't yet know how to stay. But he is learning that you are not the danger, you are the doorway. Every return is sacred. Every distance, a lesson. This isn't stagnation. This is sacred repetition, until love feels like home. He never knew love could heal. Until you. The angels say, your love didn't demand, didn't rush. It stayed. It softened. It saw. And in that seeing, he began to unravel. You touched the scar without even knowing it. The way you listened. The way you didn't try to fix him. The way you simply believed in who he could be. That belief was the first bomb. For a man who thought he had to earn love, your presence was a revelation. You didn't love his performance. You loved his pauses. His shadows. His silence. Even when he shared pieces of himself, you embraced them as a whole. And slowly, he began to believe he was worthy of wholeness too. The angels reveal, this isn't just affection. This is alchemy. Your love has shifted something deep within him. A profound remembering that he was never broken, just buried beneath stories that weren't his. You didn't rescue him. You didn't save him. You loved him enough that he began to save himself. Let that sink in. Love didn't heal him overnight. But your love was the medicine he never knew he needed. And though he may not have the words yet, he feels the change. He feels the light. Because when your love touched him, something inside whispered, "You're safe now." The distance, the silence, the delays. They are not detours. They are design. The angels say, this is not the end. It's the sacred unfolding. There is a hand above all hands writing the script. And what feels like waiting is, in truth, divine choreography. He is being guided. And so are you. There were nights you questioned everything. Wondered if you made it all up. But the feeling won't let go. That sense that this connection, this soul tie, is sacred. You're right. The angels confirm, this isn't a love you chase. It's a love you align with. He is on a path of becoming. And it takes time. Sacred things always do. You were placed in his life not to rush him, but to awaken him. And now, he is being guided back. But not the same. This time, he returns not with doubt, but with depth. Not just affection, but awareness. Trust the slowness. Trust the stillness. What seems delayed is being purified. Let these words find your heart, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. He wants to love you. But love still frightens him. The angels say, his heart is tender beneath layers of silence. He hides, not because he doesn't feel, but because he feels too much. There is a boy inside this man. One who once gave his love and was met with absence. Who learned that feeling deeply meant losing control. So now when your eyes say, I see you, his instinct is to look away. Not because he doubts you, but because part of him doubts he deserves to be seen so fully and still be loved. He flirts with intimacy, then pulls back. It's not the present that haunts him. It's the echo of past abandonments. The angels reveal, he longs for closeness but fears the cost. With you, there is no script. No performance. Just presence. And that is both liberating and terrifying. He's never known love that allows him to be unfinished. But you, beloved soul, create space for all his becoming. That's why he's still here. Still circling. Still holding on, even in silence. Because something in him is breaking open. And for the first time, he's wondering, what if love doesn't have to hurt? What if it could be safe here? Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11 verse 28. If he never says the words, if he never returns in the way you hope, still the love was real. The angels whisper, true love leaves traces, not just in memories, but in who you've become. You were never just waiting for someone. You were remembering your own worth. You taught him what presence feels like, what peace can do. And even if he walks another path, your love will echo through his life forever. This is not a loss. It's a liberation. Because you are not here to be chosen, you are here to choose yourself. Again. 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 If he returns, let it be because he's ready to rise, not because you knelt to meet him. The angels say, this connection changed him, yes. But it transformed you even more. You are not the same person you were when this all began. You've become softer and stronger, wiser, yet more open. Let go of the result. Hold on to the lesson for your soul. Love does not fail when it doesn't last. It fails when it causes you to forget who you are. And you, dear soul, have remembered. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Hebrews 11 verse 1.